Alright, welcome to another Field of Glory 2 Digital League Season 8 battle. This is Classical Antiquity Division A. I'm bringing the Romans with Greek allies to the field versus my opponent's Jewish with Roman allies. So let's take a look at my opponent's army list first. A mass of light infantry if he wants to invest in it. Let's see, up to 15 units, though it will cost quite a bit. A strong medium foot arm, although it mostly consists of Thracians and Thureophoroi, which are good, but they're not as good as the Scutari impact foot. Let's see, for true heavy foot, you can bring a variety of Roman legion types. Mostly the average, imitation, or mediocre legionaries, but also some higher quality ones. The Roman legionaries are the late Republican legions, so they're equivalent to my veteran Hastati and Principes. The veteran Roman legionaries are 96 points because they are elite and thus better than anything I can bring to the field. For a cavalry arm, I max out at 2 units of light javelin horse. He could only get 1, but he could also get up to 5 units of light horse archers. And for cavalry in general, I can get 1 Zistophoroi, just like him, but unfortunately the rest of my cavalry is a max of 3 armored cavalry and 1 elephants. So it's going to be a bit of a guessing game. This mountain is nice, so I can anchor our flank. The stream is a small stream, so it counts as not open terrain for certain POAs, but there's no disordering effect. So we can afford to just build a line across here and kind of march across, hold our flank, see what happens, I suppose. The question is, how long can I make my line without underinvesting too badly in lights? Tempted to go all in on elite heavy infantry, but I don't know if that would be very wise. I'll want the elephants for the flank. .24 slingers. So here we see, now that we're in the new patch, that the Weletes are no longer protected. They're now lightly protected, but in exchange they get 50% swordsmen, so they're real melee skirmisher killers now. I still don't intend to get that many of them because, 30 points, but they are better than they were for the same price. So we're looking at 8 light infantry units, as opposed to potentially a lot more than 8, though if he over-invests in lights, then we should be able to simply storm forward against a weaker infantry line. We get all of our pikemen, maybe even the raw. And some veterans. Can also get some raw legionaries to kind of fill in the line. Okay, that leaves us with 84 points to work with. I think it would be prudent to grab some light horse from the flank. 36 points remaining. Italian foot or more raw legionaries? I think we shift the elephants back so we can decide what to do with them. And in the meantime, Italian foot for this rough ground. So the plan, such as it is to hopefully my opponent moves here, and then we steamroll forward. If that doesn't happen, me and my 0 cavalry and not that many lights could be in for an interesting situation. I want to general up this raw pike phalanx because they're so terrible without it. It's just crucial that pikes not lose their cohesion. Very good. Simple, a little bit silly in the lack of cavalry, but depending on what he brings to the field, it could pay off. Next turn. Well, that's too bad. Who knows how many units are lurking in these woods, but I'm sure there are a fair number of them. On the bright side, I don't see a lot of cavalry. Did I bring any medium foot? 3 units. It's good for that forest, but I don't have anyone to fight in there. To shift them to that flank, and our Triari can filter into line there. I will need light javelin horse to deal with this flank, and one of them can scout around. Well, because he's deployed defensively far back, what we're going to do is just kind of hurl ourselves forward and hope for best anyway. Probably not the greatest idea, but otherwise we'll just sit here staring at each other. Next turn. We'll continue our crawl forward then. Okay, we'll use lights to try to scout out what's lurking in there, because I know something is. Next turn. add 2 more units of lights to that wing. Right. Next turn. Pot shots does not concern me, it's a waste of ammo. Good, we can start putting our lights together here. And our light javelin horse can try to scout out this forest and see what's lurking over there. Cavalry. If there's one there, there could be others lurking back there. Maybe not, but makes things a touch difficult for us. Okay. Next turn. These pot shots against my light horse really don't bother me. They can run away and rally up, it's not really a big deal. And I don't really use light horse for their missile support power anyway, I use them for their ability to charge. Right, so I've done the thing that I should have been doing this whole season. I've counted up his points, and he's got about 800 points worth of troops visible, and 400 points hidden. So I need to proceed with extreme caution. It's fair to assume that these are all his lights available, but that means he could have anything really hidden in this forest otherwise. Again, go hide behind the infantry to rally up. Good. Turn. Okay, we'll accept this little invitation to skirmish. Elephants as well. So we'll make sure not to push far beyond this mountain. We need to be able to fall back to cover our flanks. If we find out what's in this forest, it might be safe to advance, but I rather doubt it. Next turn. Okay, let's see if these guys attempt to evade. They do, and we catch them. Goodbye. Oh, not goodbye. Well, that's awkward. If I stand here, we'll get shot up quite badly. Push this unit one more tile forward to cover. We need to be able to fall back, though. Bit risky. He could charge these Weletes in the flank. Maybe I do need to cover. Don't really like that. Oh well. There we go. Right, so who's in here? Thracians. No big surprise there. Well, we can always fall back. Looks like we'll be wanting the elephants on the right to counter his elephants and cavalry. Okay, let's continue skirmishing. Next turn. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Still, we'll just put some pressure on this side instead. Oh, is he going to come out to fight? If he comes out to fight, this is all worth it. I think he is. Still has a lot of hidden units, though. Okay, very good. We need to be careful not to get all of our skirmishers killed. Tempting, but then they'll just get countercharged, so not ultimately worth it. What we can do is zone of control lock these so they can't have as easy a time breaking our light jabs, at least. Run away, fall back. Held firm. Once again, it's too bad. Alright. Back and turn, and get ready to support them, and get ready to support. We don't need to push this and get ourselves killed here. Not if he's coming forward for us. Good. That'll hopefully shift some of his attention over. In the meantime, we can shift these medium foot to seize this rough. Undoubtedly, he will send his own medium foot out to contest it. Back here. And I think that's good. We'll continue the skirmishing. General up on the raw pike phalanx, and we'll probably end up needing to cover them, honestly, against this block of generaled up Roman legionaries. In fact, I'm going to get my elephants turned around, well, march forward, and they can start getting ready to zone of control lock the impact foot. The Triari can stay here as a reserve. Next turn, his archers rallied up. That was a mistake. Now we'll lose the Weletes. Yep, straight up, just a mistake. Well, it happens. Well, we're doomed, so we'll just charge and die. It's fine. Starting to run low on ammunition anyway, which means they won't be much of a threat soon. Want to get ready to fight his best troops with our best troops here, instead of having our men facing off against medium foot in the rough. Okay, next turn. Yeah, that was my mistake. Right. All we need our skirmishers to do is neutralize his skirmishers. Hopefully they'll draw off now. I do wonder what else is hiding back there. There's got to be more. Not necessarily a lot more, but enough that I probably should be at least a little bit cautious. Let's not do that. Let's shovel these elephants back. There. It's a fine little invitation here, but we are not going to fight the 30-foot on broken ground with our heavies. That's good for now. Next turn. Well, I think we've both wasted enough ammunition that he can't pick me to death with the skirmishers, at least. Now he'll have 5 mediums to my 3. Alright, we've wasted enough time here, I'd say. We're going to lose these units. The question is, what can we do about this? I think not much. I think he's got us in a bad way because we advanced into this rough. We should have stayed back in the open. But then perhaps he wouldn't have come out to fight at all. So I'm not sure if it's really relevant. General up on the phalanx. So we'll need these Triari to provide flank security once this caves in. This is unfortunate. We really cannot touch this position without severe flank threat, which we don't have and we probably won't have. So we're going to have to win this with a more limited number of troops. Ugh, it's looking ugly. Next turn. Right, we can't engage here because this stands rough ground. This fallback is actually quite good, though. Very good. I'm tempted to lock this unit so that only these Studio Fodoi can engage our Scutari. And then we could cover our flank, kind of. Let's just go for it. Alright, we're disordered now, so make room to fall back if we lose. This is quite odd. I'm kind of deployed offensively, but I can't attack into this rough, really. I mean, I have here, but it's dumb. So I'm kind of sitting here offensively, defensively deployed. Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay. Next turn. Oh, that's fine. That's unfortunate. And he's closing in for the kill. Good. Protect your flank again. Impact foot does not succeed. Good. Unlocks our swords from PoE and disrupts them, jumps them from 9% win to 48. Crash into these legionaries. Confirm. This is bad. Right. Next turn we can get these in a flanking position. Lock them in. That's fine. Turn around. How much do I care about any of this? I think not all that much. Too bad. Okay. What are we to do with you? Stay on him, and then switch to the phalanx if we move to engage the legionaries. I think threaten the flank, so he has to come out of the broken ground. Alright, I'm feeling pretty bad about this, but it's not a lost cause. Next turn. Hold. Ugh. Oh, that's bad though. Could lead to very bad things when they break. Oh, hello. That's really annoying. So yeah, you can no longer force units to turn around, but you can still eliminate their zone of control by locking in your own units like that. If we're lucky, we'll get pushed back. No. Yeah, we are well on our way to losing this one. Okay, how bad? Not terrible yet. Maybe you'll break them. Oh. This might mean losing the Weletes to the cavalry, but that's okay at this point. Alright, what happens here? Good. And who breaks from this? No one yet, but it'll happen. Damn. If we survive impact, we could do okay, except this could start becoming a problem. I think we might actually shift the raw pike phalanx down for flank protection and just gamble on survival of some kind here. Well, that's nice. It's better than survival. And do we shift these left or right? We have to shift them left. Should not charge here because then we can get flank attacked. Although we're probably going to get flank attacked no matter what. Very ugly. Yeah, well done using the terrain. I really should have hung back here. I wouldn't be running into all these problems. Next turn, looking grim. Some bad luck there. If they'd held for a turn, we could have got a flank attack off. Too bad. And we'll lose that unit. So I think we'll just move for our legionaries out of the way of a cohesion test there. Let's block them so that they can't get pushed back into the ruffian charge. An obnoxious tactic, I know. I don't know which way I'm more likely to get flanked from. Very bad indeed. Next turn, we are down 15, and it's not looking to improve. Certainly not like that. Nicely done. Blocked them in with those archers. Helpful if we can keep them alive. Is this worth it? Not especially, but we might have to do it. See if we can cause any cohesion checks. No. Too bad. And they hold as well, so we'll start getting flanked soon. That is actually a little helpful. We're gonna lose that unit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're looking at a chain collapse shortly. Go in. They're disrupted. It's really the only chance we'll get. Very grim. Next turn. Lucky these Scutari have held out that long. Yeah, that was likely. So I think probably in a turn or two we'll lose everything. That's fine. Good. About time. Maybe we can simply hold firm though, too bad. We'll charge in next turn just to add the combat strength modifier. Oh sure, why not? Didn't try to save this unit because it's losing so badly anyway. This is a problem though, they run FoGII and get them flanked. So, despite getting some breaks in, this still is not going to be a victory for us. Onward. Next turn. Ouch. Well, unless we get mad rallies, this is decided. can hope for a frag if we're lucky. Good. And then we lose these units. By auto break if nothing else. See if we rally here and can intervene. Okay. Next turn. Surprise, are still there. Okay. Do we general up here? Interesting. Charge so they can't flank us. It'll rake our light javelin men, but it will save the phalanx for one turn. Not much more than that, I'm afraid, as this unit will break as well. There we go. There's the collapse. I thought it would happen a bit sooner than it did. Well, at this point then we might as well just charge. Turnabout. Can work on the process of auto breaking this unit, not that we'll get there. Okay, probably lose next turn once this unit of veterans breaks. Getting a good game here, so should be the end. Ouch, double drop on a 50 POA Malice. I mean, not that it makes a difference at this point. It'd be far more unfortunate to have something like that happen earlier in the game. Ah yes, my cat is mourning for my defeat. Okay, so I think the explanation for this game is extremely simple. I should have stopped here and not moved further. Now, to do that, I would have had to either have gotten another unit of lights or two and a little bit less infantry support, or just accepted getting shot at for a bit by low ammo units and just having some discipline about it. By moving forward, I got my expensive heavy infantry units either locked in or awkwardly shuffling about in the face of medium foot and rough ground, not to mention the flanking cavalry and the like, although I don't think the cavalry would have been that decisive had I not been so out of position. So I think my initial thought of hold here was correct, and I broke the plan and I lost, which is, exactly what I deserved to have happen. So there you have it. Good game to Triari, and until next time.